In a recent interview, the boss of the hit TV show Big Bang Theory admitted to making a huge mistake in the show's early seasons. Chuck Lorre, the producer and creator of The Big Bang Theory, said he made a mistake by not having Penny and Leonard end up together from the start. Lorre also revealed why there was never a spin-off sequel to Big Bang Theory, find out what it was, and why they never followed through with a spin-off sequel. First up, Chuck Lorre discusses the early years of The Big Bang Theory and admits to a huge mistake with Penny. In the new book, The Big Bang Theory, the definitive inside story of the epic hit series, Chuck Lorre candidly admits their mistake in Penny's depiction during the show's first few years. As Kaley Cuoco previously mentioned, she felt like her character was overly sexualized in the early years of the show. Luckily, as it went on, she became more involved in her choices for Penny. Next up, Kaley Cuoco talks about how her character was in the early years of the show. Kaley Cuoco, who played Penny on the show, recently spoke out about how her character was in the show's early years. She said that she felt like her character was overly and that it wasn't what she wanted for her character. Thankfully, as the show went on, she became more involved in Penny's choices and made her more likable and relatable to viewers. Now for Kaley Cuoco was brought in to play Penny, Sheldon and Leonard's new neighbor. The producers were looking for someone who could portray the role in a way that would be relatable to the audience. They should have realized their humor's impact on the character, and Penny was depicted as a ditzy blonde for the first few seasons of the show. This was something that Kaley Cuoco herself spoke out against, and she felt like her character was overly in the early years of the show. Thankfully, as time went on, she became more involved in the choices for Penny, and her portrayal grew more authentic and well-loved by fans. So in terms of Penny, the character was depicted as the stereotypical ditzy blonde, something that Lorre now regrets. When creating the character of Penny for The Big Bang Theory, Chuck Lorre and the other writers likely didn't anticipate the backlash they would receive for her depiction. Specifically, many people criticized the show for making Penny too much of a dumb blonde stereotype. This was especially apparent in the show's early seasons before Kaley Cuoco had more of a say in the development of her character. While it's understandable that Lorre and company may have been going for a funny, over-the-top character with Penny, they didn't consider how damaging this portrayal can be for women on television. Ditzy blondes are one of the most commonly used female stereotypes in TV and film, and it's not exactly a positive one. Ultimately, Lorre regrets how Penny was portrayed in the early years of The Big Bang Theory, and he has since said that he wishes they had taken a different approach to her development. This should be considered when creating the new show, Young Sheldon. Finally, The Big Bang Theory finale still failed Penny. Even though Cuoco became more active in the decision-making for her character, The Big Bang Theory finale still ended up failing her. After stagnating her and Leonard's relationship for several years, Season 12 introduced a conflict for the Hofstadters about their conflicting views on having kids. Despite Penny's insistence that she doesn't want to get pregnant, she ended up expecting anyway. Cuoco admits she doesn't agree with Penny's ending in the same oral history, saying she would have preferred it if The Big Bang Theory honored her original wish. Unfortunately, the writers went ahead with their choice, and the sitcom could have done a better job showing when and how Penny gradually changed her mind about the matter. Big Bang Theory finale explains why it never had a spin-off sequel. The Big Bang Theory finale was a satisfying send-off to the Pasadena Gang. The Big Bang Theory finale was a satisfying send-off to the Pasadena Gang. The sitcom wrapped up its 12-year run with a complete ensemble. Thanks to Jim Parsons' decision to exit the series, despite the show's continued popularity, The Big Bang Theory's end boiled down to Parsons' decision to exit the series. Instead of continuing with an incomplete cast, the producers and the remainder of his co-stars chose to cap things off with a complete ensemble. Still, considering how successful The Big Bang Theory has become, it's curious why CBS never tried to launch a proper offshoot that isn't a prequel like Young Sheldon. More than 3 years have passed since The Big Bang Theory ended in 2019. Next up, The Big Bang Theory was successful because it catered to nerds. Nerd culture has always been a big part of The Big Bang Theory, from the show's early days when Leonard and Sheldon were working on their theory about the universe to the more recent seasons when they were both awarded Nobel Prizes. The series has always celebrated geeky pursuits. This is one of the reasons why the show became so popular. It wasn't just a show about nerds, it was a show for nerds. This focus on nerd culture was also a big factor in the show's longevity. In an age when most sitcoms are lucky to last for more than a few seasons, The Big Bang Theory managed to stay on air for 12 years. This was partly due to the network's confidence that the show would continue attracting large audiences, but it was also because The Big Bang Theory never lost its focus on what made it special in the first place: nerds. So the show doesn't have a proper sequel because it would be nearly impossible to continue any of their stories separately from the others. The Big Bang Theory was a show centered around nerds in their everyday lives. The show had a successful run, but it ended when the main actor Jim Parsons decided to leave. The producers and the other actors chose to end the show with a complete ensemble rather than having an incomplete cast. This is because it would be nearly impossible to continue any of their stories separately from the others. Next, despite an uneven final season, CBS still delivered a satisfying send-off to the Pasadena gang. The Big Bang Theory finale was the perfect send-off for the popular sitcom. After 12 years on the air, Jim Parsons decided to exit the series, which led to the rest of the cast coming together to give the show a proper ending. Despite some unevenness in the final season, the finale was a satisfying conclusion to the show. The characters all remained friends and were able to go their separate ways after Sheldon and Amy's Nobel Prize win. This ensured that any potential spin-offs would be difficult to execute and would likely not be as successful as The Big Bang Theory. Next, Young Sheldon is a prequel that's not as successful as its predecessor. While it doesn't have the same level of success as The Big Bang Theory, Young Sheldon is still a popular show. However, it's less successful than its predecessor, which could be due to several factors. One possibility is that viewers don't find the prequel as interesting as the original show. Another possibility is that the characters on Young Sheldon still need to be more well developed than the characters on The Big Bang Theory. It's possible that CBS has not done a good job marketing Young Sheldon. Next is why The Big Bang Theory finale worked. CBS surprisingly produced a fantastic The Big Bang Theory conclusion despite focusing excessively on Sheldon and Amy's quest for the Nobel Prize in season 12. Sheldon realized his lifetime desire since the Cooper family received the academic honor. Despite Penny and Leonard's contentious pregnancy announcement, watching them looking forward to this new stage of their lives was wonderful. Most of the plot lines in the finale worked. Even though CBS could not have given Raj the happy ending he deserved, it was unexpected that a show attacked for its crude and inappropriate humor could come up with such a heartfelt farewell. Finally, should The Big Bang Theory still have another spin-off? Co-creator Chuck Lorre previously disclosed that there had been discussions about starting a new spin-off, but they had been shelved. Making another spin-off of The Big Bang Theory isn't a top priority for CBS. As of now, Young Sheldon is the top comedy on network television. Nobody from the original Pasadena gang is motivated to lead a spin-off. On the other hand, supporting figures like Stewart and even Will Wheaton's Professor Proton have a different appeal than the primary figures in The Big Bang Theory. Given this, it's best if CBS only forces the creation of a second spin-off if it has a compelling notion. This does not imply, however, that we will never get to see another Big Bang Theory spin-off. To raise their child, Howard and Bernadette might leave Pasadena, or the Hofstadters might move out. If none works out, the rumored revival of The Big Bang Theory will finally bring the Pasadena group back to television. Sadly though, it will be some time before that occurs. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this while you're down there, and don't forget to leave a comment below letting us know what you think. We love hearing from you, and we will see you in the next video.